So when you understand this, there won't be any confusion whatsoever. I mean, you just go off that boat of trying to understand, is it in the Old Testament, is it in the New Testament? No, you just understand that, oh, I'm a new creation. I'm born again, I'm blessed. All right, get the scripture back up. It says, cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Next verse. Then he says, give a portion, another instruction, give a portion to 7. 7 is the number of perfection. 7 is also the number of days that you have in a week. That means make a lifestyle out of this. Make a lifestyle out of this. That means this principle is not just something that you do. Understand that it's a principle that you walk in every day. This is the fundamental principle of life. He says, give a portion to 7. Then he says, and also to 8. First, it's a fundamental principle. It affects your everyday life. Then 8 is the number of new beginnings. So first, you do it, and he says, give a portion to 7. Then he says, and to 8. 8 is the number of new beginning. Now, if you do, and you reach perfection, and you start again, that means you create a cycle. You create a cycle. That means this becomes a cycle. This becomes the cycle of life. In fact, the cycle of life is based on the giving principle. If you read in Genesis, it says, as long as the earth endures, it says seed time and harvest will not cease. And if you look at that, seed time, harvest, that is what? A cycle. It's a cycle. Now, I don't want you to think when I'm speaking seed and I'm speaking this principle, don't think first financial. Think first life. Think first life. Because finance is just a part. This is the principle of life. This is the way life works. This is the way life works. Ignore the seed principle, suffer in life. Don't understand the seed principle, because what this means is no matter what's happening, all I need is seed. All I need is seed. That means if I'm going through some very terrible times and I don't like what I'm seeing now is a harvest. And the only way I can change what I'm seeing now is new seeds that are consistent with what I want. Because as long as I can sow and inject new seeds, then I can create new futures. I can create new futures, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. Get the scripture back. It says, give a portion to 7 and also to 8. Then he says, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. Now, it lets you know that the principles, the application of the principles of life, or the seed principle of life, is not without external interference. Come on, did you get that? For example, let's take agriculture. When a farmer is thinking about his crop, and he's thinking about his business, you have your seed, you have the land, you have your planting, but there are certain other things that are not within your control. You don't know the amount of rain that will come. You don't know if it will be too little or if it will be too much. You don't know the wind that will come. You don't know the insects that will come. So there are certain other variables that are not within your control. But what is within your control is your seed. What is within your control is your understanding of the seed principle. What is within your control is your understanding of the ground and your application of the principle. That's within your control. So it talks about certain things, certain evils that you don't have control over. But you see, it doesn't throw the control to the evil. But look at the next verse. It says, if the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. Now here you have the law of cause and effect. You want rain. As a farmer, you want rain. But he says the rain doesn't just happen. He says if the cloud be full, then they empty themselves upon the earth. That means rain comes when the cloud is full. So you think of it, he's thinking, I want rain. But rain comes when the cloud is full. What if I can feel clouds? If I can feel clouds, I can cause rain. If I can bring rain, I can ensure that my harvest, is guaranteed. So you look at that, he says, if the clouds be full of rain. So you see here the law of cause and effect. What's the cause here? The clouds. What's the effect? Rain. Please take note of that. And he says, and if the tree fall toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falleth, there it shall be. Here you see another principle. The same principle, but another illustration. He says, when you have a tree standing and you want to fall a tree, he says you can predetermine whether the tree should go south or not. You can predetermine it. And he says, whichever place it falls, that is where it's going to be. So he says to you, when you are cutting or chopping down the tree, don't chop hoping it falls anywhere. Pre-decide where you want the tree to fall.